It's me, Renee. I'm back. And today I'm going to talk about Geek Girl. Or more correctly, I'm going to be gushing about Geek Girl because this just came out on Netflix as a TV series. First book became, a TV series. Or first season of a TV series. Some articles has called it like a limited series, but like, I'm pretty sure that if people watch it, they're gonna be like more. So, those was in a way, you could call it limited because it doesn't end on a cliffhanger, but this every TV series that doesn't end on a cliffhanger means it's limited. I don't know. I mean, it's based on a book series with 6 books, so just that, just based on that, there could be lots of more really story to tell. But yeah, so Geek Girl, one of my personal favorite reads and series of all time, and I've just been so happy since last year we heard it. Well, 2 years ago now, but yeah, last year we like it was finished filming, and I'm just kind of waiting for like, what's going on, news. So I was so excited when you heard in May that it's coming in May, and then it came, and I'm like, ah! Of course, I couldn't watch it straight away because life. But then saw it Monday, and it's like, oh, 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 oh. It was just so amazing. It exceeded all my expectations so much. So that's the quick reaction to it. Though I want to wind a bit back. Um, Firstly, yes, there were some changes. But secondly, honestly, I believe, honestly, to me, in my mind, this is one of the best book adaptations ever because it changes things, yes, but it doesn't take the book and then uses the book as like a blueprint, as like a slight inspiration stage where like they think, oh, cool idea, cool title, and then they go completely off scale with it. No, they use the book in the story, and I suppose maybe it's because Holly Smale, the author, also wrote the TV script. But yeah, a lot of stuff from the book is in the series. And what has changed? I don't really mind. I mean, yeah, there was some dialogue change that kind of, why can't you keep this dialogue? But like, there's also a lot of cool dialogue that they kept. They changed some characters a bit. They changed some plot lines a bit. But I don't really mind that much. I suppose maybe the one thing I kind of feel like it could change a bit more. I feel like the TV series focused more on the modeling stuff, while in the books it's kind of more Harriet's life, her slice of life story with some modeling now and then. Though I suppose when you write a story, like writing in long detail about like people walking in catwalks, that's kind of something that works better for visually than in book form, really. So I do get that. I do get that. Uh, and like even though like because in this book and in the series you get sadly a lot of Harriet being bullied and picked on by people, honestly both by people in school but also by other models in her model life. In the TV series you got a little bit of that, but I feel like you got more like model story than you got anything else. uh, but also even though you didn't have as many scenes when Harriet being bullied, the scenes that you got still hit. Like when I watched the episodes where like she was bullied, and like you have one crucial scene that's both in both book and TV series. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is uh, because because it's kind of nice for you to get into it, go into it, just knowing that it's there. Yeah, I'm not just going to do that. I'm going to keep it here. Um, but yeah, that scene still made me cry. It was, yeah, it is an emotional series. It's an emotional scene and plotline. Uh, like one of the reasons, a bit of a distraction, a bit of a side note, but one of the reasons that I love Geekle so much is that in it she gets bullied just so much that she sometimes like has to go to the bathroom and cry in like uh cliche Mean Girls way. But yeah, she has to go and cry, or like she comes home after school and cries. And yeah, that happened to me some years in middle school and late primary school. So, and yeah, also the one year I've said this before, but yeah, I lived in Chile 1 year, and also also the year I lived in Australia. I mean, they were fun experiences, but being in a different country can lead to some cultural differences and can lead to people thinking you're weird just because you're doing normal Norwegian things. So yeah, I was bullied at certain times in those times in my life. So yeah, I very much saw that myself in Harriet here. So yeah, so that kind of makes it like I did recently do a reread of this book, and I love this series so much, but also in a way it's very raw to me. It's very real to me. So like reading those scenes of her being bullied, it like it feels very close to home. So it's both like, oh, nice that I see myself represented in like, because honestly, I don't really feel like bullying is that much used in books. It happens now and then, but I feel like it's a thing that's not really that much used, at least in the books that I've read, not really that much used. Here, it's in this series, it's a big part of it, really. But yeah, but it's still. So I suppose, yeah, what I was going to say. Yeah, I feel like the bullying aspect of this series is a reason why I don't reread it like every few months, because it's just so close to home that it gets too real, really. But it's nice like to read it now and then, and yeah. But yeah, other than that, so yeah, another change. Was you don't have to say this, but yeah, I'm gonna go and tell you. I feel like you also might have known from from the TV. Well, you probably you might have, maybe you haven't. But if you have read the series, you haven't watched the TV series yet. You probably have watched the trailer, so you know that Lion Boy or Nick, the love interest in the TV series, he's American. In the books, he's Australian. So this might be like oh no, a big change. Well, it's a change, yeah, but like the character of Nick is still the same. He's just he is his nationality is different, but he's still the same person. Well, I suppose we don't know a lot about the character so far, but like a lot of his personality is the same. Like I remember from the books, he had some siblings. He hasn't talked about siblings in the series, but just because you don't talk about them doesn't mean that they're not there. So yeah. But also, yeah, I just love Nick. He's just a sort of great character. Like, and also, I just love how he's this big cinnamon roll. Like he's so hot and so cute, so daydreamy. But it's also he's not arrogant. He's not an asshole. Like he's a decent human being, and he's also a nerd. Like Harriet loves dinosaurs, but Nick also loves dinosaurs and sharks. It's just, yeah, he's just a great boy character, and I love him. And also, yeah, the actor playing him is just so great. All the cast is great, really. And yeah, now I'm just staring at the camera. But yeah, this TV series is just so amazing. I mean, also, don't take my word for it. It's at like top list of like everywhere at Netflix, like all around the world. I think it's 7 around like the whole world combined. I think it's third in the UK. Maybe it's like fourth in the US. Like it's like high on list everywhere. Everyone's watching it, and everyone's also memeing it because there's just so many good scenes from this adaptation, and it's just yeah, it's amazing. And also, I suppose if you haven't read this book, but you kind of in the mood for a funny but also series that will take your heart and crush it and play with it, But yeah, if you're in a mood for like something contemporary, it's not, there's no mystery there, there's no um there's no fantasy elements. It's set in real life. Well, it's a fantasy, it's a daydream fantasy of like being famous, but it's not, it's very grounded in a one way. And sometimes you kind of want like to escape from, you don't, sometimes it's fun with fantasy, yeah, but sometimes it's fun with something contemporary. And yeah, you should definitely check it out. Yes, I suppose one of the things that's changed is in the series, Wilbur, the agent, he's like, he's never mentioned, but I feel like it's probably supposed to be in his 50s or whatnot. In the series, he's probably more in his 20s, but I feel like the personality is still the same. So I feel like that's, I mean, the age doesn't really matter as long as the personality, at least to me, personality of the character is the same. So yeah. Though also kind of like in the series, Harry's dad, he's quite childish and childlike, and like he's very quirky or very creative. In series, he's not that much. He's a little bit, but not that much. I suppose maybe he gets more creative in the second season, or gets more quirky because yeah, Richard. Oh, Richard, it was just, yeah, I love him as a character as well. And yeah, yeah, Geek, you have to check it out on Netflix. It's amazing. It's 10 episodes. They're half an hour episodes, so it's, you can binge them all in one day, or you could change them out, like change them. You can watch a bit now and then. That's after you really, but yeah, definitely check it out. It is amazing, amazing. I love it so much. I mean, it's one of those series that just kind of makes the world better just by being in it, as well as the books make. Like the world is better having this book in it. Like if God told me like you can put one book out of existence, I would say not this. This book needs to be in existence. So other books, but not this. And yeah, Geek by Holly Smale, and the TV series, it's just so amazing. I could go on, but honestly, I'm just gonna look you happily in the eye and in the camera eye and just stare at you until you check it out. You might say, well, I don't have Netflix. Maybe not. Probably a friend of you has. You can check it out together as friends because, yeah, it's, it's amazing. I love it so much. Also, I haven't said this, but yeah, there's also neurodiversity representation. It's not Harriet. She doesn't have a official diagnosis, but it's pretty clear to like everyone and their mom and grandma that she has autism. And also like the author has recently been diagnosed with autism, and she says like Harriet is based on her. So yeah, Harriet also has autism. And she said in an article that like Q&A that in a TV series it's not she doesn't have a diagnosis because quite a lot of people have autism but don't get their diagnosis before they're adults and stuff. But I mean, you still experience the autism life even if you don't have the paper that says I have autism. So yeah, so that's quite also a nice aspect of it really. So if you want something autism with a autism main character, also check out this media, both books and a TV series. And yeah, if you've seen it, tell me what you think about it. If not, check it out. And maybe you can share an emoji with like glasses because she's a geek with glasses. I don't know. Maybe you can share a redhead emoji because she's also a ginger. Yeah, you can share a fun emoji. Share a fangirl emoji. And yeah, bye.